Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be doing a viewer request topic, and I'm going to be taking a look at what's going on in their karmic or third-party situation. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is this tree agate. Group 2 is the smoky quartz. And group 3 is the Shungite. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, or perhaps all of the groups that you are most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the tree agate. I'm going to put that right up here. And let me get some oracle cards and some tarot. I'm going to pull the cards first, lay them all out, and then really feel into the energies of what's going on in your person's karmic or third-party situation. What are the energies right now between your person and the karmic, the other relationship that they are in? Okay, so we have friendship, stillness, and ancestral wisdom. So I'm feeling with this just right away that there's a sense that your person is not feeling as empowered by this third party, by this karmic relationship as they once might have. They could have chosen to go in the direction of a third party because it was a boost to their ego. Maybe this was even somebody that they had been dealing with previously. This could have been an ex that they returned to, somebody that they have children with. And so they felt compelled to just go back in this direction, maybe something that was very comfortable, kind of returning to the comfort zone. And for a while, they felt that this was the right decision. It felt really, really good. This third party could have really, boosted this person's ego, really complimented them, really flattered them. They felt that this was, the best decision for everybody involved, that this was a relationship in which they could truly be appreciated and recognized for who they are, the strengths that they bring into the connection. Your person might have felt very challenged by the connection with you in terms of not necessarily ultimatums that were given, but just something on an energetic level that really caused them to sort of question their worldview, question how they'd been doing things, what they had been kind of going about in terms of the process of their life, their belief systems. This could have even been something energetically because of the high vibrational nature of your connection, that this person might have felt very triggered to step into a better version of themselves, to, really do some shadow work, to kind of ascend beyond some outdated belief systems or ways of being. And it was something that maybe initially both drew them to you, but then it also, again, triggered them and kind of caused them to recoil, maybe go back to a third party or a karmic partner, as it was more of a comfort zone where they weren't as challenged to grow, but were just very much told that they were fine and perfect as they are. And This could have been very appealing, but it seems that there is kind of an energy where that appeal is wearing off. Something is really starting to occur to this person as well, in terms of that they have made like the wrong decision. This is something which there could also be some things that are showing up that are maybe some repeating patterns from their family of origin, maybe things in kind of the bloodline, in terms of settling for a partner that is, you know, maybe not as satisfying. There could be a lot of fights. This person, this karmic or third party, could, you know, give this person the silent treatment, kind of pout until they get their way, or, you know, until this person really sort of the power dynamic is, it's looking to shift here, where this karmic or third party is really trying to be the one in control of the relationship instead of really having an equal give and take. And so this could be something which is bringing up again some kind of ancestral wounds within your person, or this is just starting to become clear to them, maybe even subconsciously, that this is kind of a pattern that, you know, they have experienced before in relationships, or something that was really typical in their family of origin or in their bloodline. And so there's a feeling of a little bit of regret setting in, and this feeling of almost being pulled in another direction now, almost like this sense of that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, and that there's something, they may not necessarily be, you know, equating this with returning to you, but there's this sense that's starting to kind of trickle in with your person. It feels like that happiness is elsewhere. It's not necessarily long-term to be found in this connection with this third party or with this karmic. That this is a repeating series of patterns that in this lifetime they have been tasked with really breaking out of those patterns, really breaking trail from, you know, even relationships that other people have had in their family of origin, or, you know, in their bloodline. This can even be something, if it doesn't have to do with, you know, fights or the kind of the power struggle. This could just be a matter of maybe settling for a partner that fits in very well with their culture, with their religion, somebody that their family approves of. And so you and this person could have been kind of an opposites attract situation. This could have been something where maybe their family and friends didn't really understand the relationship, perhaps didn't even approve of the relationship, or there was just the thought that that wouldn't have happened. They may not have even had the opportunity to really introduce you to friends or family, but just something about you, or even just energetically, something that they could sense about this next level love between the both of you. It felt very different from the examples of love that they have seen in other people. And so they may have just kind of held back, kind of kept you secret from, you know, the rest of their life, and chose to go in a direction of something that was more comfortable, that was known. But they're not feeling as empowered. They're not feeling as alive and as excited to really take on the world, excited to really see what the future holds for them. And this reality, it seems, is starting to set in with this person, that the tried and true path, what was expected of them, what they thought was going to be their path to happiness, has instead just led to, you know, a period of really having to reflect within and recognize that, you know, their true fulfillment and the most empowering relationship is perhaps something that's outside of the realm of this third party. It's outside of whatever the conditions or situations are here that, you know, really drew this person back to this individual or in the direction of this individual. So let's get a little bit of tarot to get some more clarification about this for you. Group 1, what's going on with this karmic third party relationship or situation? Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is definitely, to me, speaking about that right now, this person within themselves, kind of in their quiet moments, in their private moments, they're feeling a deep sense of regret here. They're kind of looking back at a choice that was made, a crossroads that they were at one point in time. Maybe this was choosing between you and this third party or this karmic situation. Or this could have even been something where, you know, if this wasn't a choice between you and another person, this could have just been a choice that they made to step away from you, to not pursue the relationship with you in the past. And then subsequent to that, they may have met this person, met this karmic person. And so that might have struck you as very kind of unusual or contrary to the idea that they had conveyed to you about maybe not wanting to settle down, not wanting to be in a relationship, wanting to be single, not wanting commitment. And then lo and behold, they end up getting into a commitment with somebody else. So that could be a situation that resonates. But there's something here about, with that Three of Wands, that they're reflecting on this. They're reflecting on this decision with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, of having entertained choices, having made a choice. And there's a sense of, with the Five of Pentacles, of regret that they kind of moved away from their sunshine into a period of cold. There is this desire with the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles to really give back to themselves in a way in which they may have deprived themselves, denied themselves by moving in the direction of this karmic partner, this third party relationship, but that they're still in this process, in this phase of trying to figure out how to change this situation, how to really correct this, to amend this. If it's a matter of, you know, really coming back to you to, you know, express an apology or regret, or, you know, to kind of head back in your direction, then this is something that they're still very much in the thinking process of. It doesn't look like a decision has been made in that capacity. It's just something where they're really being called. They're being called back in the direction of you, or just in terms of energetically the love that existed between the both of you, where you might have been very giving to them, very encouraging of them, very nurturing of them. And that could have also been in the form of energetically providing them a mirror of some things about themselves that they, you know, that could be changed, or that, you know, maybe they have kind of grown beyond some outdated ways of thinking or being. And this might not have been where you directly said, hey, you should change these things, you should work on these things, but it's just something that energetically you demonstrated by vibrating at a higher frequency, by having different ways of approaching the world, different kind of coping mechanisms, or some things you've worked on within yourself. This could have really triggered some wounds within them. So kind of like an unspoken suggestion to them that change is possible, a better way of living and being is possible. And that could have, again, been something that really triggered them to kind of move in another direction, move into something that was safe, someone that accepted them just as they were, didn't ask or demand any kind of change or shift, you know, in terms of shadow work, or, you know, in terms of the way that, you know, the situation really was, or really is. And so this is something with, you know, the Hermit here, that this person is in a process of really having to go within this energy of the stillness, and, you know, really searching their soul, searching their heart for, you know, what would bring them some fulfillment, what needs to shift. Not finding that satisfaction, feeling a little bit incomplete. We have a lot of threes here, which that's an energy of kind of partnership or collaboration, but it feels like this person they're longing for something more in the realm of, say, the association with the number 4, which is stability. And so this is something that, you know, they're in this process of kind of searching within, searching their soul, trying to figure out, where can that be found? Where is that available? Because it's becoming apparent that it's not really in this situation with this person. This can also be something where, for some of you, this might resonate, that within this third party situation, this karmic relationship that your person has chosen to go in the direction of, that there's some kind of, they could now find themselves in a third party situation, that they had moved in the direction of this other person, this other relationship, feeling that, you know, it would just be kind of a coupling situation, but there could be other people involved. Maybe somebody from this karmic or third party's past has now re-entered the situation, and it's almost the energy of competition there. So if this was something where you had experienced this previously with this person, the tables may have now turned, and they themselves could be kind of experiencing that, or, you know, really being challenged with kind of the energetic residue from relationships that this karmic or third party had in their past, that is kind of affecting how they show up, how they are able to give and receive love to this person. So in terms of signs, with the cups we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Hermit is Virgo. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. With the wands, we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So I'm going to get some messages from this person for you. Group 1, what does this person want you to know? Okay, and they say, I promise I won't ever break your heart again. So this person could be sitting again in a lot of regret, really just this energy of the grass not being greener on the other side, where whatever they hope to find with this karmic or third party, it's something that it's proving to, you know, maybe on the surface, on the outside, to be, you know, satisfying. These two could have a really good time together. But it's something where there's not a whole lot of long-term stability that this person is really sensing, that they're really feeling. It feels like, you know, when they look at the long-term future with this person, with this third party, this karmic situation, it feels that, you know, they're really not certain what that will bring. It's not something where they can necessarily envision a future, or whatever's happening, whatever behavior's being displayed, or, you know, if difficulties come up, if problems come up, there was that energy of maybe like silent treatment, or kind of this energy of pouting that, you know, as this person kind of then looks long-term, what's this going to look like for their life? What is the quality of their enjoyment in their partnership going to be long-term? They're really uncertain how this person is going to really be in terms of crossing some hurdles throughout life, throughout the relationship. And it's something where they are sitting in this energy of kind of being out in the cold, having put themselves out in the cold, having moved away from an energy or connection, a relationship with you, which was very, you know, empowering, very fulfilling, also very triggering in the sense of kind of inviting them to step into a better version of self. And they kind of went in the direction of something which, you know, encouraged them to sort of play small, allowed them to play small, approved of that. And they also say, she's not you. It just isn't enough for me. So that's more of that energy of really feeling kind of a lack of fulfillment. That there could be, you know, some fun and some good times, but at a soul level, there's something missing. And they say, it took me a long time, but I'm starting not to care about what others think anymore. So we saw that energy if this person had kind of moved away from you or the connection with you because maybe you were so different from the type of person that their family would approve of. There could be some cultural, some religious differences, even an age difference between the both of you. And this could have motivated them to head back in the direction of a third party, a karmic relationship, or just move away from you and, you know, explore love elsewhere. And then subsequent to that, this other person came into the picture. They're in this process of really part of with that hermit energy of going within, recognizing maybe some of these patterns of having played small with their life, or really trying to please other people, fit other people's expectations for them. They're getting at this point of, you know, slowly but surely realizing that, you know, they need to give to themselves. Their approval is what is necessary. And they say, sometimes I cry about you when I'm alone. So that's that energy of, you know, when they're with their private thoughts and their alone time and their quiet time, there is a lot of regret here in terms of decisions that were made, choices that were made to move in another direction. There's a sense of really having denied themselves or walked away from some happiness. And they say, my family looks up to me and I feel like I can't let them down. So more of that energy of really, you know, the approval of outside people, family patterns as well, playing into this extremely. This could even be something where, you know, again, this could have been someone they were married to, that they, you know, had kind of were in the process of breaking up from, had broken up from, had, you know, been separated from, gotten a divorce from, and they just returned to this person, kind of this comfort zone of what was familiar, what was known. And they say, I'm set in my ways. So with that Knight of Pentacles there, this is kind of a long and slow process as far as really breaking free of some patterns of thought, some family traditions. This can also be somebody who really has a hard time admitting that that they're wrong, that they've messed up. And so these thoughts are happening within. This reflection is happening within, but it's taking a while to really have that transfer into action in the outside world. And they also say, when I said it was over, I don't know what I was thinking. So more of that regret, the grass proving to have not been greener on the other side, and this, you know, desire within them to move back in your direction. And I have considered leaving it all behind and heading straight to you, but I don't know if I can handle the consequences. So some hesitation there in terms of breaking trail, breaking away from traditions, patterns, expectations, course correcting. They could also be, you know, just kind of resistant to approaching you with an apology, not really sure how you would take that, how you'd receive them. And then there's a sense of also not wanting to give up whatever they have going on with this third party, this karmic situation, whatever stability is there, whatever life the two of them have built together or are in the process of kind of building together, whatever they've stepped back into. With that uncertainty about how to fix this, how to correct this with you, or even just move in a direction of something different. They're holding on to that security, which, although it's not very comfortable, there's definitely a feeling of not the greatest fulfillment, some kind of stress and strife, and just kind of some emotional immaturity that might be occurring in this relationship. But they're settling for it. They're staying there because it's comfortable. They almost feel that at least it's something, and it's better than nothing at this point in time. And they say, I'm slowly making my way back to you. So yeah, confirmation of that with that Knight of Pentacles, and, you know, just this slow process of looking within, almost like every day, every kind of hurdle that is experienced with this karmic third party, even if there are not fights and things are going very well, just as time is going on, as every day is kind of going on, they're really experiencing this sense of, you know, just a lack of deep satisfaction. So it doesn't even necessarily need to be strife. It's just they're not as fulfilled as they were with you energetically, as they know is possible for them elsewhere. And they also say, please come back, I made a mistake. So this is something that they are really wanting to approach you. They are wanting to come forward with that apology, to really, you know, express this regret for what they have, you know, the choice that was made. This almost like this decision that didn't turn out the way they had thought, the way they had planned, but they don't really know how to kind of make that right. And they also say, I started having insomnia since we last spoke. So this person has a lot on their mind, a lot of regrets. They're thinking about this a lot, almost even planning how to change, if change is possible, if it's too late. There's a sense too of if they almost feel that now they've made their bed, do they have to just lay in this? There's a sense of almost finality about this, where, you know, a door has been closed between the both of you. They're not sure if they were to approach and knock again, if you would receive them. And so part of them is almost, I feel, trying to kind of talk themselves into, you know, being comfortable in this energy of settling, because they're not sure if, you know, they have completely sabotaged other options for themselves, and really what else is possible. Is there any going back or starting over from this point, and what's that going to look like? So I'm going to get some guidance from Spirit for you now, Group 1, about this. And we have Shaman Spiral, awareness, practice, connection. So this to me is really speaking about kind of this phase that this person is in as far as coming to these realizations within them. Some truths within them, really identifying some of even these wounds within them that might have been triggered by your energetic connection previously that caused them to disconnect or move back in the direction of a third party. They're really recognizing these patterns, these cycles within themselves, within even perhaps their family. And they're in this process of, identifying these things, recognizing these things, recognizing how, although they've made free will choices, that a lot of that has kind of been conditioned or programmed by outside circumstances, expectations from other people. And so they're in this, as they are in this process of kind of recognizing that, admitting that, working on that within themselves, then, you're really guided as well to take this time to recognize some patterns within you. What has been triggered by this? What has been brought up by this? What feelings of abandonment, what kind of trust issues have now been kind of triggered and brought to the surface within you? Are there any things within your own ancestral or family history that kind of are mirrored by these circumstances? Maybe not literally, but just energetically speaking of, people playing it small, people playing it safe, not stepping outside of their comfort zone, sticking with what's familiar as opposed to really taking a chance, stepping forward with trust and faith. And as you recognize these things, this person will have to come to these conclusions and do this work on their own. You can't do that work for them, but what you can do is you can make some changes and some shifts within yourself. You can recognize even other ways unrelated to this person, some other kind of patterns within your life, and really commit to working on these things, to closing out some cycles. You have this opportunity by recognizing these things to be that change maker, for your lineage and also for yourself. Okay, and we also have Peace Walker, peace, gentle, forward. So this is really speaking about making peace within yourself with what has happened with this person, with the situation that you both find yourself in. It can be difficult, when someone that you love has chosen to go in another direction, has chosen somebody else. You can even perhaps feel energetically from afar kind of the shifts and changes within this person, sort of this feeling of stuck energy or this dissatisfaction. But it's something to where, feeling that, recognizing that, it's very important, especially then, that you focus on what brings you peace of mind, closing out some of these, cycles or mindsets that are disrupting your peace, that are disrupting your harmony, focusing on things at this time that, can help you move forward, either from this person or, just in general in your life in other ways, kind of redirecting your focus away from the situation, allowing this person the opportunity to come to these conclusions on their own, to do the work that they need to do, to free themselves from these, outdated patterns, these outdated thoughts, or even a situation, a karmic situation, third-party situation that is just not fulfilling them on a soul level. They need to be allowed the time and space energetically to do that. And part of the way that you can provide that for them is by focusing on moving forward in the direction of things that bring you joy, focusing on building your abundance, spending time with people that love and appreciate you, that value you for who you are and what you have to contribute to the relationship. I'll get one more here for you, Group 1. Some guidance from Spirit. Okay, and we have the White Stag, shapeshifting, support, other world. So this is a great closing message for you, Group 1, and this is really talking about just, kind of shifting your perspective here. If you've really been focusing on this, really kind of ruminating on this third party, this karmic situation, feelings of, not being chosen or being abandoned or loss, feelings of competition, then you're really, again, guided to kind of shift your perspective to focus on other things. And that can be hard, it can be kind of a back and forth battle with, one step forward, a couple steps back. track where one day, you're doing really good as far as, concentrating on other things, focusing on things that bring you joy, trying to raise your vibration, do work that you can on yourself to improve yourself independent of this person and for you. And then there'll be other days where, just the feelings of sadness and loss kind of kick in, and that's all part of the healing process. You really, you need to get into a space where you allow yourself the room to feel the full range of emotions. And by doing that, by honoring the full spectrum of both kind of the light and dark within you, the days when you're really okay with this and times where, you're really sad or angry or disappointed by what's happened, that can help you to really move forward, to come to a place of acceptance, to continue to hold unconditional love for this person, regardless of the circumstances that they choose to continue in their life or break away from in their life. The most important thing is, that you move toward a life which is fulfilling for yourself. You step into that best life for yourself. And if this person, they're having the nudges, they have this awareness within themselves that something needs to change. There's definitely this awareness of having made the wrong decision here, of really not being as fulfilled. It's even kind of a contrast. If it's not a matter of feeling that they made a wrong decision, they're really feeling and noticing the difference in the energy and the difference in the connection, the depth of the connection between them and the karmic or third party and them and you. And so over time, this contrast, it's going to, become more evident to them, and it will really, repetitively present itself as options. Sort of stay in the comfort zone, play small, or move in the direction of something more, move in the direction of something that feels fulfilling, that satisfies needs that are not necessarily able to be articulated, kind of these intangible requirements and desires of the soul. And so regardless of the choice that this person makes to act upon that, to do this work, or to, stay in this comfort zone, to remain in this connection, the most important thing is that you do what you need to do to kind of heal, to sort of come to a place of acceptance about this, work on really reclaiming your power from the situation, understanding that you are worthy and you are deserving of a beautiful and reciprocal love. And, this person, everyone's just operating with the tools that they have at the time. Everybody has some sort of conditioning or mindsets, triggers and fears that really kind of cloud and skew the purity of what the soul wants, of what the heart wants. And part of our task in each lifetime is to, really face these things, address these things, learn to reconcile these things and overcome some of these things, transcend these things where and when possible. And, it's some people choose never to do that work. Other people do a really great job of it. There's no wrong or right. It's all just a series of lessons and patterns that will continue to repeat themselves until change is made. So the best thing that you can do is, call on your spirit team for support, call on your angels, your guides, your guardians, your passed on loved ones, your ancestors, God, Goddess, Spirit, Source, whatever it is you resonate with, to really give you some signs. Ask for signs and nudges as far as, what can you do to cultivate more joy for yourself? What can you do to transcend this circumstance, specifically the feelings, kind of the denser feelings that are really compromising your ability to perceive yourself as anything other than worthy of the most abundant love possible. So I'm going to get some initials for you now, group 1. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, maybe even the third party or karmic, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. So we have D, H, L, M, S, C, K, F, P, and Z. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Group 2, you chose the Smokey Quartz. Put that right up here. And I'm going to start with some of these oracle cards to see what are the current energies in this karmic third-party situation between your person and their karmic partner, the third party. What's going on? Okay, so we have manifestation, responsibility, and journey. So it feels like your person is sitting in a bit of regret, feeling kind of stuck, feeling very responsible for the situation that they have created, that they have gotten themselves into, feeling very responsible, perhaps even for this karmic or third party, if there are children involved, even if this person has children and your person has kind of come into that relationship, and you know, they are maybe functioning as kind of another sort of parental figure or another, adult within the house. There could be some kind of sense of responsibility as far as paying the bills, as far as making ends meet. And it's something where, they feel very much like their hands are tied from thinking even about moving in another direction, or if they're having these thoughts of moving in another direction, perhaps leaving the karmic or third party or heading back in your direction, that, they feel very prohibited from doing that. This can also, though, on the flip side of that, really speak to, this sense of responsibility that they felt towards you, and in conjunction with that, really recognizing that they have let you down. That by choosing to move in another direction, if this was a choice between two people, or maybe this was something where infidelity was involved, they kind of left you for another person, they're really having some time to reflect on that. As time has gone by, with this journey card, this may have been a while since this happened, that, they're really starting to see kind of how they put you in a tough spot, how they, maybe you two had shared the finances, shared responsibility of the household expenses, and they kind of left you holding the bag, left you responsible for everything. If you had children with this person, then it feels that they almost are feeling that they have ducked out on their responsibilities, that they kind of have abandoned that in the interest of really pursuing kind of self-involved motives. There's a sense of having moved away from their value system, from their core values and morals, by moving in a direction away from you, away from this connection. Maybe breaking up a family that you two shared together in the interest of moving in the direction of a karmic or third party situation. So they're definitely taking stock of not only the tangible circumstances they find themselves in, but this really feels that they're recognizing a lot of the hurt and pain that they have created through their choices, through their actions. And this is hurt and pain for themselves, but also for you as well. And so this is something that they really are, focusing on at this point in time, and not really sure how to kind of move away from that. They're almost trying to kind of stuff these feelings down within them to maybe focus on work, focus on just kind of the day-to-day responsibilities, focus on other things. But deep within them, in their emotional body, they're very much aware of this disappointment that they've caused, this hurt that they have caused. So I'm gonna get some tarot, get some more clarity for you about this group 2, about this third party karmic situation. What's going on with your person? Okay, so we have Judgment, the Lovers, the Devil, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, the World, Seven of Swords, and Strength. So your person has definitely had some kind of wake-up call. Something has really stirred from within them. They've become acutely aware of, perhaps being motivated by moving towards something that was appealing, something that was tempting, a lot of temptation that could have occurred here, and moving in that direction, breaking up a family in the process, or, moving away from something that, a connection with you where, there's a lot of attraction there, but there was also a lot of emotional compatibility, intellectual compatibility, a sense of security, and kind of this long-term potential that they may have gone in the direction of somebody who, was just on the surface very appealing. This could be something also where, you know, the commitment, or even fear of commitment, fear of having to really step up and take responsibility, to step up and be a parent, to step up and be a provider, the responsibility of kind of being in a partnership. This could have been something which was very overwhelming to this person. And instead of addressing that, talking that out, working through that, they chose to kind of distract themselves, or, you know, fulfill some kind of carnal desires by moving in the direction of, you know, a person, or maybe it was even a series of people that, you know, were just kind of there for a good time. It was something that, you know, really just fulfilled them in kind of a superficial and lustful way. And so there's this sense, though, of this awakening, this awareness that has come to this person of how they have sabotaged something really great, something really wonderful with this 10 of Cups, that the direction that they moved in, it essentially, and what they're looking at it as at this point in time is that they created this unalterable ending between the both of you. So this could be something, I'm getting this energy of almost like somebody who was having multiple affairs prior to moving in another direction. A third party or karmic situation in this circumstance could not necessarily be one individual, but a series of individuals, a series of maybe casual encounters, casual relationships, in contrast to, you know, maybe the monogamy or the commitment that they had with you. And so this is something where, by doing this, as this came to light, as you became aware of this and chose to break up with them, or maybe they, you know, moved out of the house, they left the situation, that they're really seeing that there's not a whole lot to undo that. There's no way to come back from that. The damage that has been done, the tranquility and kind of the trust between the both of you has been shattered. And it's something that they're feeling that they almost need to accept this. And so again, they may be trying to distract themselves. It's almost a very hard pill for them to swallow, but they are becoming acutely aware of the pain and the devastation that they have not only caused to you, but caused to themselves. That they have really self-sabotaged in this situation. They've really closed themselves off from this opportunity of having a fulfilling life long term. They may still be in this energy of really going for what is kind of flashy and on the surface level very fulfilling, somebody that, you know, really strokes their ego, or, you know, is just kind of, there could be partying a lot, they could be, you know, just kind of living, you know, kind of a carefree life, something that's, you know, not very serious. These can even be addiction that is involved here. So, you know, just kind of going out and having a good time, as opposed to focusing on maybe kind of settling down, looking at life, you know, in a long-term sense, kind of what's necessary to create stability and happiness and harmony. Kind of after the sun comes up, after the party's over, what does that look like? That's not their focus, or it's not the nature of what's going on with this third party or, you know, karmic situation. And there's a sense within this person subconsciously of having sabotaged, having sacrificed something, something really great, something that was wish fulfillment for them, by choosing to kind of move in a direction of something which satisfied almost like their immediate needs. And this person is really in the process of having to kind of reconcile that within themselves, come to grips with that, the pain that they have caused you, the ways in which they've kind of shreked off their responsibilities, and maybe just chosen a very self-motivated, a very self-fulfilling approach to things. And there's a feeling of, you know, really blaming themselves on a level, but then at the same time leaning more into this this energy, this third party energy, this karmic situation, whatever this is, as a way of kind of denying these core truths to themselves, denying the heartbreak that they caused, the pain that they caused. And it's something where, you know, they, as much as they are kind of leaning into not looking at this, they can't help but look at this. These feelings, this awareness is coming up. It's becoming apparent to them what they walked away from as well. On this card with the lovers here, when we've got this person with these, or this man with these two women here, and, you know, here it's almost like this queen or this empress that this person is kind of turned away from, in the interest of somebody that, you know, is not as regal, and this doesn't necessarily, you know, speak to anything physically. This can be at a soul level, that this is definitely a higher level connection that this person has walked away from in the interest of something that, you know, is maybe just more satisfying on the 3D, or something which, you know, is kind of not as intense, not as, you know, compelling energetically, something that just is very flattering, very appealing. This could even be something where this is someone who has, you know, kind of left you for a younger person, maybe after a long relationship, a long, you know, a marriage together, having started a family together, and they've, you know, gone in the direction of somebody who is substantially younger, you know, than them, maybe somebody that they work with, perhaps, somebody that they know, even kind of through a 6 degrees of separation, almost like a friend or some kind of a relative of somebody that you both knew socially. That's coming through as well. And so a lot of that hurt and responsibility of what they've created, sort of this energy of the humiliation that they have created as well. They're trying very hard to ignore that, to distract themselves, to, you know, just focus on pleasure, on the here and the now. But these feelings are definitely creeping in. They are understanding the ways in which long-term, whatever this situation is that they are in, it is not leading to their empowerment. This is not a situation which can sustain them in the long term. And so that's something which the awareness is coming in, but it doesn't look like this person is really at the point of being able to take the steps necessary to fix this or to correct this energetically, even in the sense of bringing an apology at this time. They seem very much enmeshed in this energy still. So in terms of signs, with Judgment, we have Scorpio. With the Lovers, we have Gemini. The Devil is Capricorn. With Cups, we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The World is fixed energy for me as a reader, which is Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. The Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, and we have Leo with the Strength card. So I'm going to get some messages for you, group 2, from this person. What do they want you to know about this third party karmic situation that they are in? Okay, and they say, when I let you go, I really effed up. So deep inside, beneath any ways that they are trying to kind of distract themselves from this, and I feel that it's this knowing is almost causing them to lean more into not looking, to deliberately remaining blind to this, to ignoring this truth, this reality of this pain that could be quite even apparent in their material world. If you have children with this person, they could be quite aware of kind of the pain and the confusion and the loss that it has created in those children as well, the dynamic that has happened between the both of you, the family that has been broken up. So there are, just as an example, there are other things that they're seeing and they're realizing that it's making it acutely aware to them that, you know, these very maybe almost self-motivated choice to move in another direction, to choose a third party or a karmic situation or multiple situations over whatever stability they had with you, that it's something that was really, it was not the best decision for everybody involved. And they say, the sadness I feel for you is something I've never experienced before. So this energy can definitely cause this person to run more into addictions, more into distracting themselves, to kind of trying to dilute out these feelings because there's just an intensity, almost like in the pit of their stomach, like their heart has almost dropped into the pit of their stomach, as they are being seen, as they are seeing things, as they are being shown things. They are being made aware of just how much pain that they have caused in this situation, how far away, again, from their morals and values and everything that they, you know, believe or that they profess to believe, how far from that this action, in fact, has taken them, and how far away from their fulfillment that they continue to move day by day as they continue to kind of entertain these karmic and third-party energies. And they say, you fulfill me on an emotional and physical level. So this is becoming very apparent to them again as time goes on, that they are moving further and further away from their happiness, from their fulfillment, that long-term sustainable happiness is not possible in the current partnership that they are in. And they say, I'm starting to see that I cannot live up to other people's expectations of me. So this can really refer to some kind of an expectation that this karmic or third party has, that maybe this person, just kind of live like a party lifestyle, or, continue to just focus on having a good time. That when the situation starts to get more serious, or maybe responsibilities come up, that this other party, this other person, it's just not where their mind is geared toward. It's just not what the energy that they're operating in. And so they're encouraging your person to do that as well, to shrek off responsibilities. This person's work could be suffering. They could be calling in sick a lot to work because of partying too much with this person, or there's other opportunities that they're giving up, that they're missing out on in the interest of keeping this other person happy, or in some way having to, it's coming at an expense to them to maintain this lifestyle with this person or for this other person. And it's something which, again, it's kind of adding into this, it's part of that contributing to the coming to this realization, into the reality that long term, this situation or this type of lifestyle or being or relationship is not sustainable to them. Emotionally and physically, it is not sustainable in the long term. And they say, please come back, I made a mistake. So there is a part of them that is wanting to kind of turn back time, to start afresh with you. With the world here, this represents the end of a cycle, the next card being the Fool, a new beginning. But this person doesn't feel like they are at the point of being able to articulate that to you. They're still very much running from that reality, kind of sinking in. They're still in the process of sinking into that reality of what they have sacrificed, what they have given up, and kind of where that's leading them. And they also say, I don't know why I can't seem to stop watching you. So they can either directly be seeing you, maybe seeing you because you have kids in common, or you've got a community in common. They see you around, or they're looking at your social media, something like that. This can even refer to memories, kind of reminiscing, thinking back on the past between the both of you. And kind of the further that they get into this connection and this relationship with a third party or in a karmic situation, it's also causing them to kind of reflect. They're seeing that contrast between what they had with you and what they have with this other person. And it's really adding into that feeling of kind of distress and sort of regret. And they also say, I didn't want to, but I had to give you up. So this can really speak to maybe this person almost having, and regardless of their age, some kind of midlife crisis. That could have been what this, the introduction or the choice to move in the direction of a third party or karmic situation was, that something inside of them was really was kind of triggered, or was just urging them to kind of instead of stepping further into a role of responsibility, to continuing along with that. Maybe they were sensing, as they're getting older, they're kind of their own mortality kind of drawing near, or as the commitment between the both of you was really intensifying, just this call to step up and to be this partner, be this support system. Or if you have children with this person, that could have been or you had a child with them, or you were pregnant, this could have been something that, really this fear kind of triggered them, that they didn't feel that they were ready to step into that role, to be responsible for another human being, another human life. And instead of moving through these fears, they chose to go in a direction of, really just pursuing their own interests, kind of ignoring these things, ignoring these responsibilities, and purely focusing on self-fulfillment. And it's something that, it almost feels like it was very much compelling them from within. It was they were triggered in some capacity. And then when temptation presented itself, or an alternate way of being, kind of a door out of the situation with you, or a window of opportunity in the form of another person, or, just kind of moving in the direction of more casual relationships, maybe having an affair, some infidelity, when this presented itself as well as an option, as that fear came up, that was kind of the escape hatch for them. And instead of, kind of allowing that to pass, focusing on what really mattered, what really was important, what was really in alignment with their core values. They chose to take that escape route, which is moving them further and further away from what they value, what they hold true, and the person that they really want to be deep down inside. And they also say, I've been miserable without you. So that energy was coming up in terms of this person just feeling the need to distract themselves, dilute themselves even more, maybe with some kind of substance abuse, or, just continuing to focus on things that are not deeply fulfilling. There's this deep pain, this deep sense of this awareness of what they have lost, what they have given up on. And it almost seems too much for this person to really bear at this point in time. So they're kind of choosing to close that off as much as they can, numb that out. And they also say, there's no passion in my life. I feel like I'm stuck in Groundhog Day. So that's a reference to a Bill Murray movie. And in that movie, the man he keeps repeating the same day, literally the same day, over and over and over again. And no matter what he does, no matter how he tries to, change his circumstances, do different things, he keeps waking up and it's the same situation. So this is really, to me, talking about, that this person, no matter what they are trying to do to distract themselves, to dilute themselves from what they are feeling, that they keep coming back to that. There's no escaping that. It's relentless within them. That when they get just a moment of clarity, when there's a moment of quiet, of silence, up come rushing these feelings of disappointment, having disappointed you, disappointed others, really having disappointed themselves. So I'm going to get some guidance for you now, group 2 from Spirit, about this situation that they want you to know. And we have Heart Center, connection, love, receiving. So you're really being guided to nurse your own heart, tend your own heart at this point in time. Have compassion for yourself through this process. It feels very much in this energy that this was quite sudden, that this was quite a revelation, that, you may have discovered this person had been kind of sneaking around, or, it came as quite a shock when they moved in the direction of a third party or karmic situation. So in addition to the feeling of loss around this person, it could have also left you holding a lot of responsibilities, kind of feeling that you're going at it on your own. And so you're really being guided to be kind to yourself. Try to fill your day as much as possible with just little things that bring you a sense of joy. Recognize that you are enough, that this situation speaks to some kind of not even a deficit, but just a wrong choice within this person. That, people operate with the tools that they have at the time. There really is no right or wrong. It's all just a series of kind of lessons and, routes to blessings throughout our lives. And so this is really something where this person had a choice to move through fear, to really step into the next kind of chapter in their life, step into the next version of themselves, which was trying to be, born either through commitment, through long-term stability, or even becoming a parent. And it's something that they chose the route of fear. And that route, ultimately leads to instability. It ultimately leads to a lack of fulfillment. So any ways in which you're feeling that you weren't good enough, that it was something you had done, that maybe you needed to do better, maybe you felt that, you weren't desirable enough, you didn't make enough of an effort to fill this person's needs, you're really being encouraged to distance yourself from those thoughts, to, do things to make yourself feel good, dress up, get your hair done, put some makeup on, go out dancing, spend time with friends, eat a really, wonderful meal, buy yourself a snack, buy yourself a treat, buy yourself some little trinket, just fill yourself with something. Practice, affirmations and mantras where you really are able to instill this feeling of worthiness and being good enough, despite what this person has done, despite how they may have made you feel, the sense of rejection that they may have instilled you with. Recognize that this is really an issue on their end of things. There's nothing that needed to necessarily be fixed or corrected in terms of the type of love you have to give, but this is really, the situation is endemic of this person having some wounds within them that they needed to transcend. So at this time, self-care and self-love should definitely be your priority. Okay, and we also have portal, change, gateway, new beginnings. So this is really speaking to kind of in the long-term sense that whatever this lifestyle is that this person has right now, whatever it is that they are doing with a third party, a karmic, or multiple karmics, that this is something which long-term, again, that was coming up, it's not sustainable. Change will happen. A new beginning is possible for this person. It is also possible for the both of you down the road if it's something that you would be open to. This definitely feels something, again, that's down the road. And so instead of just kind of waiting for that, really focus on building your life beyond these circumstances, creating new opportunities for yourself, creating change for yourself. Try to find the blessings in this situation. Try to, use this, the situation that you find yourself in where a lot has crumbled, a lot has left, these feelings of kind of like loss and betrayal, to, kind of harness that energy and transmute that to say, what do you want out of your life going forward? Recognizing that what has happened, what you've gone through, that this is not acceptable. And you're now at this opportunity of creating something different, creating a new standard even that this person must rise to if they are, to come back into your life in the future. To not sit and wait in this energy of kind of longing and despair, but really craft for yourself in whatever ways possible a new version of happiness. That, it's also a reminder from Spirit that these feelings will, they will shift. This pain that you're experiencing, this feeling of loss and rejection, it may feel very acute right now, but with time that will diminish as you kind of move more in the direction of creating some new abundance, some new definition of happiness for yourself. You're able to kind of distance yourself from the, kind of the raw wound of this all. So you're really being asked to, in as small of ways or as large of ways as you're able, but consistently putting the effort to, shifting your perspective from one of loss to opportunity. That with every ending, there is the potential for a new beginning. And, this can be something which, if you are open to a new beginning with this person, it's going to require some work on their part. So you're guided to not, hold space within your heart for them, but don't just dwell in this energy of kind of lingering. Make the changes, do the things that you want, build the kind of life that you want, so that it sets that paradigm for them of what is expected in order to come back into your world. And by doing that, then you also can create the opportunity for new love in a variety of forms, friends, people within your community, or even romance if you're open to that in the future. You create that new kind of vibration to magnetize in a different experience for yourself than what you have gone through with this person. Okay, and we have Bledwyd, wisdom, power, transformation. So this is a beautiful energy to close this reading with for you, group 2, in terms of this is a period of really that you're being asked to transform any feelings of not being good enough, any feelings of inadequacy that you have over what this person has done, the direction that they are choosing to go in, that you take your power back from this situation as much as possible. Try to see the circumstances from a different perspective of knowing maybe what to avoid in terms of some red flags that may have presented themselves earlier about this person that, perhaps you were just, you kind of ignored, or you didn't really see that, maybe in other ways this person kind of they had exhibited perhaps some behaviors where, you know, they had troubles with commitment. This could have been somebody who was very indecisive in general. Just other things that maybe as you are able to then reflect upon this person, how they were showing up in their life in general in other ways, maybe even things from their past, things from their history, that these things can all be used as kind of clues for what to avoid in the future, things to really look out for, to be mindful of. You know, as you're kind of processing these emotions, going through, you know, purging your heart of kind of the darkness that this person has left you with, and sort of reclaiming your light, stepping into that light, becoming that light from within, and then emanating that out. There's an opportunity here to really cultivate some strength within you, to awaken some strength within you, to overcome and transcend this obstacle, that, you know, you have the potential to really come out of this a more empowered and wiser version of self. So as difficult as this can be, you know, these feelings of loss, these feelings of abandonment, you know, honor those within yourself. Allow those things to be felt, and, you know, try to open your mind and your heart as much as possible to new beginnings for yourself, not even necessarily in love, but more in terms of, by loving yourself, that you're able to, you know, set that intention and create a life which is fulfilling for you. And that kind of puts some distance and separation between you and this situation, between this person. As much as this person may be trying to avoid these feelings within them by kind of diluting that, distracting themselves, you can do kind of the opposite. You can distance yourself from these feelings by creating a new reality, creating new experiences, creating a new mindset, transcending the way that you view yourself and these circumstances in terms of, you know, this painful experience. This doesn't dictate your future. This can be something that you can overcome, you can move beyond. So you're really guided again to focus on nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself in whatever ways possible, and spending time with people and situations that make you feel uplifted and appreciated as well. So I'm going to close this out for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you, this person, even perhaps the third party or karmic, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. So we have O, R, P, C, F, V, X, G, W, and H. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Shungite. Put that right up here. And I'm going to start with some oracle cards to see what's going on in your person's third party or karmic situation. What's happening with their third party or karmic? Okay, so we have surprise, accomplishment, and windfall. So I'm feeling that this person is really shocked by something that they have discovered about this karmic or third party. Something that they may have been told, that this person may have presented themselves as, a picture that they may have painted. They have essentially fallen from grace. That image has been shattered. Some kind of deception or lie has been uncovered. Some kind of maybe a secret about this person from their past, something that they are currently involved in that this person, your person, was unaware of, that is coming to light, that they are they're coming to discover, and it is really changing their perspective of this person, their perspective of the relationship, and also their perspective of you. Whatever they are discovering, they almost also feel that they've gone as far as they can. This relationship with this third party or this karmic, in whatever capacity that it is in, it's kind of reached its pinnacle. That there's nothing more to be gained from it, nothing more to be learned from it. That it's not going to get better than wherever it currently is at, whatever is currently happening. That this karmic or third party could be deeply entrenched in some kind of lifestyle, some kind of habit, some kind of mindset, some kind of way of being, that the dynamic between the both of them, the way that they interact, how they show up in the relationship, your person's starting to understand that this is not going to change, that this person is unwilling to change. There could have been promises that were made that, you know, are not being fulfilled. They're turning out to not be true, or that this person is not capable of delivering whatever had been promised. Whatever kind of assurance. Maybe this was some kind of a promise that was made about, you know, supporting your person financially perhaps, or, you know, encouraging them to kind of pursue something, pursue some kind of a goal, or some kind of a dream, something, some kind of a lifestyle that maybe you had either directly suggested something different, maybe you'd given this person some feedback that maybe that wasn't the smartest idea, or, you know, that they were capable of so much more, or, you know, that that wasn't really a good kind of pursuit or a good idea in terms of maybe long-term stability, long-term success, but that this karmic or third party had instead kind of indulged that, had encouraged that. But it's something where your person is now recognizing that it is not able to go beyond maybe just the lip service that they were given, just the words that they were given. When it came down to it, this person, in fact, wasn't very supportive. They, you know, if things are getting tough, or your person is having some doubts about things, then this other person is not showing up as kind of emotionally available to them, isn't really interested in helping them maybe overcome some difficulties. There could also be some challenges that are going on between this third party, this karmic, and your person, or some other challenges in your person's life in general. And they're seeing that this karmic or third party, that they're not really stepping up to the plate. They're not really supporting this person emotionally or otherwise through this very challenging time. and that it's something where it's almost leading to this sense of defeat within this person. There's also this energy of then looking back on the dynamic with you, the ways in which you were supportive, encouraging, even constructive criticism for this person. This sense of that when the chips were down, they could count on you. And it's becoming apparent that the person that they are with currently, the situation that they're in currently, it only is around as long as times are good, as long as things are good. That when things get difficult or unsteady, that this karmic or this third party maybe pulls away. Maybe they are saying some things or revealing some things that are, indicative of not being, very supportive ultimately, not really having your person's best interests in mind. So I'm going to get some tarot now to dig a little bit deeper into this for you. Group 3, what's going on in your person's karmic or third party situation right now? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Empress, Judgment, Six of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So your person has definitely had some kind of a wake-up call. An epiphany, a realization that this karmic, this third party is not who they presented themselves to be, or a sense something has been shown to them or is being known to them that this person is not someone who will stick with them through thick and thin. That this person has perhaps emotionally already pulled back in a literal physical way, in some way has delivered some kind of disappointing news or made something known that, they are only in this connection, they are only in this relationship to benefit them while things are good. That this is not somebody who's willing to fight for this connection, not willing to fight alongside your person through some challenges, through some difficulties. And so this is really causing this sense of kind of retrospection within this person with the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords. They're thinking back on their life. They're thinking back on the choices that were made. They're thinking back on the relationship with you. They're looking back at the past and seeing that kind of unconditional support, even if it came in the form of kind of constructive criticism. They're seeing that with some new eyes, with some fresh eyes, that it was really coming from a place of love in the interest of helping this person to kind of step into their best version of themselves. They're recognizing the abundance with the Empress that they had with you. The ability to really build something that is lasting, something that is healthy, something that is dynamic, that is really missing. It's void from this relationship with this third party, with this karmic. So there's a lot of kind of regret and melancholy about that, about whatever choice was made, whatever decision was made to step away from you, to choose maybe if it was a choice between you and somebody else, to choose this other person. That what they are starting to recognize is that this has left them left them defeated. It's left them depleted. This is something which it's not an equal give and take. This relationship is very draining on them in perhaps financial ways, very draining on them in terms of their thoughts, having to really overthink, having to kind of see, you know, read between the lines, see beyond things, maybe some kind of a revelation that has come to light about this person, about this karmic, this third party, that it's something that has really served to kind of let them down. It's kind of shattered their hopes or the illusion that they had of who this person is, what kind of a relationship was possible with this person. This could be something where maybe they thought that this other person was the best choice in terms of that, you know, that stability, someone they could build with, somebody who was very nurturing, somebody who they could see themselves building a family with, but something has come to light where they're recognizing almost like this cold and self-serving energy about this person. And so your person is really faced with a choice at this point in time. They're exploring some options within themselves. This reality, this realization that they've had, they can continue to understand that it's not going to get better than this, and kind of sink into that energy of settling. They're also recognizing that, you know, they have a choice to change that, to move away from that. There is a desire and an interest here, I feel, to move back in your direction, to kind of resurrect this connection with you from the past. But they are also kind of, you know, they're entertaining the possibility as well that you wouldn't have them, that because you were made to feel like an option or like a choice, and a choice that wasn't chosen at that this could have completely eliminated any goodwill that you had toward this person. They're exploring the possibility that, you know, they will be met harshly if they were to return. They will be met with scorn and anger, and kind of pushed away or rejected for having rejected you in the past, for having chosen somebody else. And they're also, you know, exploring the possibility that love can kind of conquer in this situation, that you will be somebody that receives them with an open heart, that you'll hear them out, and that there's a possibility for a new beginning, to kind of rebuild things, or to kind of take a different turn with you than they may have chosen to do previously. So a lot of kind of looking back on things. Something has come to light, something has been realized in regards to this karmic or third party that is really having your person kind of change their perspective, shift their perspective on what they thought was possible and who they thought this person is. So I'm going to get some messages from your person now. Group 3, what do they want you to know? Okay, and they say, you have greatly impacted my life. So there's definitely this energy of reflection, of looking back on what they had with you, or the potential that was there, versus what they've accomplished, what they've achieved, what is, you know, the story that was presented versus the reality that has become known with this karmic or with this third party. And it's something to where, you know, there is this desire to kind of move back in your direction, move in the direction of a love which is both challenging and encouraging. And they also say, you don't know how many times I've wanted to reach out. So that fits in very well with that nostalgia, you know, with the 6 of Cups and with the Page of Swords there. You know, this energy of watching this person really, you know, feeling into your energy, looking back on the past with you, and, you know, this feeling of longing for what was, longing for what could have been. Before I read the rest of these cards, I forgot to do the zodiac signs for the tarot. So we have Swords here, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. With the Empress, we have Taurus and Libra. Judgment is Scorpio. The Cups, we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. With this, oh, I already said Swords, more air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So back to the messages. They say, I get so upset when something reminds me of you because it reminds me of how much I miss you. So whatever has come to light about this karmic, this third party, I feel that it's such a disappointment, it's such a letdown, that they can't help but compare what they're experiencing, what they're being shown, what is being displayed, or who this person is, and how that contrasts with who you are, how you showed up in the connection between them. So it's a lot of sense of, again, this nostalgia and really this longing for you. And they also say there's no passion in my life. I feel like I'm stuck in Groundhog's Day. So that's a reference to a Bill Murray movie where this guy just keeps going through literally the same day over and over. He goes to sleep and he wakes up and it is still the same day. And no matter what he does, he cannot get out of that loop, that cycle of just repeating the same, in the same environment, around the same people, just over and over, this redundance. And so I feel that this ties in with that energy of this person having realized that wherever they are at with this karmic, whatever, level even of emotional evolution that this person is at, or this person may play very small with their life. They may not have large goals and dreams. The goals and dreams that they have could be quite minimal compared to what your person wants for themselves. And they see that there's no way to change that. There's no way to shift that. It is what it is. And so they're at this decision point of settling for that, learning to just kind of make do with sort of a half life. Or there's this option to change their circumstances, to set off in another direction. But in some way, they feel very tangled up in their head as far as the options of what to do, what's possible, how to move on from this situation that they find themselves in, based on this clarity that has come to them as far as the type of person that they are involved with. And they say, it took me a long time to realize that I do love you. So their circumstances are making that very apparent, that energy of nostalgia and these fond memories, and kind of just looking back on the connection with you, what was possible or what you had together, that by moving in the direction of this karmic or third party, again, it almost feels like this energy of, they were painted a very big picture that in reality wasn't all that it seemed. Kind of like that saying, all that glitters isn't gold. This karmic or that circumstance, anything surrounding that could have felt very, very flashy, like it was very much wish fulfillment, but in actuality, in experience, it was just kind of like lackluster. And it's something which, it's pulling their attention, it's pulling their mind deeply within their heart, and, within kind of alternatives to whatever the experience that they have now is. And part of that alternative, the biggest alternative, is what they, even the spark of connection that they had with you in the past, and what was possible, or what you'd built, or what you'd shared together, that even just in a very momentary way, was in some way so much more vibrant than whatever they are experiencing with this karmic or third party. And they say, my family looks up to me and I feel like I can't let them down. So this could be part of that, the choices, the decisions that this person is really kind of wrestling with, that they're all tangled up with. What will people say if they leave this person? What will people say if they go back to you? Or, if they, perhaps they have a family with this karmic, and there's a concern about, how is this going to affect the kids? How is this going to, affect, maybe there's a lot of friends that your person and this karmic have in common. What are other people going to think if this person chose to not just move in your direction, but I feel break away from this circumstance, this relationship with this person in general. And they say, I've realized that I want you and I don't want to be a player anymore. So this to me speaks about whatever game they are playing with this karmic, maybe any way in which this karmic or third party had kind of painted themselves to be one thing, and then in actuality they really didn't live up to that. A lot of kind of mind games, a lot of illusion that could have been presented as well. And it's something where, it's been revealed. The truth of that has been revealed. It's become known. The fact that perhaps this person is, again, just only with them while times are good, but isn't really a sound support system, doesn't really have their best interests in mind. And so they feel almost like they're playing a game of catch, trying to, catch this person on a good day, or do whatever, you know, is necessary to keep the peace, to keep this person happy, to keep this person, you know, around, to keep this relationship intact, which, you know, it rests on just this very almost like unsturdy foundation that at any moment things could topple or are in the process of toppling. And it's something that's really, it's exhausting your person. They're kind of, they're over it. They're done with it. They want something different. And they say, I've considered leaving it all behind and heading straight to you, but I don't know if I can handle the consequences. So that's more of that Seven of Cups and just this choice to stay or to go. And also, you know, really being concerned about what will other people think. If there's kids involved, how's that going to affect them? How's this going to, you know, affect maybe mutual friends or living situation? You know, so many things that would need to change and shift and crumble in their life. And so it's kind of keeping them in this energy right now, just kind of looking and wishing. But at the same time, it feels like there's some strategy happening. There's some planning happening, that knowing something needs to move, needs to shift, needs to change, that there's, you know, a feeling of void almost in this relationship with this third party, or just the knowledge that something greater is out there, which is really calling your person to make some changes. And they say you're so easy to talk to. So this could be one of the things that they're thinking back on. Maybe they can't really connect with this person, with this karmic. They don't really feel understood, or this is someone that really judges them or kind of makes fun of them for who they are, for their ideas, for their goals. And it's something which, you know, it's leaving them with a sense of defeat, a feeling of having to just kind of hide away, keep their true self within. And they say, I'm starting to see that I cannot live up to other people's expectations of me. So they're fearing what other people think, and at the same time realizing that long term, this is not sustainable to continue to kind of mask who they are, to play small, to, you know, try to sort of hold together a very shaky foundation. And so as they're weighing these options, they're definitely, it feels like they're leaning in the direction of change, of kind of breaking away from this, moving away from this person or situation. They also say, I'm set in my ways. So change can be very difficult for them. There could be a lot at stake here, a family, children, a house, a lot to take into consideration, that it's more than just breaking up with this person, divorcing this person, that a lot would have to shift within their life. And so they're kind of trying to, it almost feels like this energy too, this stubborn energy of trying to hold on, trying to hold this all together. And they say, sometimes I cry about you when I'm alone. So definitely some longing, some regret, feeling that, you know, their happiness lies elsewhere than wherever it is that they find themselves. Whatever this circumstance is, it's not very fulfilling in the long term. It hasn't led to as much satisfaction as they may have believed that it would previously, or that they were told that it would by this person. So I'm going to get some guidance for you now from Spirit, Group 3, about this situation. Okay, so we have the gift, communication, gift, crystals. So this can really talk about this person kind of formulating a plan of action as far as maybe communicating some of these feelings to you, these feelings of regret. So for some of you, that could be on the horizon. This is also really talking about you know, asking yourself, what do you want out of a relationship long term? If this person were to return to you, definitely, you know, a conversation would need to be had about whatever choice was, you know, made in the past, and then what are the steps necessary to kind of create a new beginning. You're being guided to get very clear about yourself, about what would be expected to rebuild this, to ignite this flame between you and this person. To really search within yourself and see, you know, how does that make you feel, to be made to feel like an option who was not chosen? Does that make you feel like you are, you know, worthy and deserving of love? Or is this something that has really, maybe in a way, eroded your self-esteem, caused you to question yourself, question your worthiness? And if that's the case, what are some things that you can do to really reclaim your power from this situation, to step into your best life, to, you know, embody the love that you hope to receive from this person or from somebody else? But you're at this point right now of really kind of being called to get some clarity as far as what you do want, what you do expect out of love going forward. And it's something where you definitely deserve to be more than just an option, more than somebody's second choice or somebody's fallback plan. And so this may also require you, communicating that to this person. If they were to approach you again, if they were to try and come back into your life, this may be an opportunity for you to create some closure for yourself by having that conversation, making that known, that perhaps this is a lesson that this person needs to learn about, seeing beneath promises and seeing beneath kind of the surface level appeal of something, and really responding to the call of their heart, the call of their soul when making decisions. And we also have the pentagram: protection, balance, unity. So you are protected in whatever decision you make going forward. That if this is a love with this person that you would be willing to entertain in the future, if they are able to kind of detach themselves from this third party, this karmic situation, then you're being guided that it is safe to love this person if they were to come back and you feel like opening your heart to them. That it's something where you would be divinely guided to the steps to take to repair this. If this person were to come back, I feel that it would very much be with the honest intention of making the right choice this time, building upon a more solid foundation, building with you. They've kind of seen the alternative. Some of their illusions have been or are being shattered. And so it's this energy of almost this desire, this coming back together. This is also, guidance for you to really seek balance within yourself. Any kind of feelings of rejection or not being good enough that might have stemmed from this circumstance with this person, them choosing to go in another direction, regardless of how they're feeling. It's very important that you, come to terms with what are you feeling. Release any of these dense feelings within you that are kind of holding you back from really realizing your potential, your worthiness. That this is a point when you have this opportunity to really be open to receive love in a variety of forms and utilize that love to really take action and create a beautiful life for yourself, independent of this person, and not with the intention of maybe doing work on yourself in order to, make it more appealing or more inviting for this person to enter back into your world, enter back into your life, but really doing this for yourself, creating a life that you're excited about. And by doing that, you can set this energetic frequency for this person that something else is out there than what they have. And it kind of serves as that invitation to sort of step back in your direction, to explore that, to take a chance with that. But this is also something which, you set that vibrational frequency to attract a love that is worthy and deserving of you and chooses you. Isn't just, there are no other options. It's only you. If that's, what you want, then you almost, it's an example of teaching people how to treat you. By choosing yourself, then you set out that frequency that you will only accept people who choose you above all others. Okay, and we have sacred waters, deep healing, emotions, pilgrimage. So you're definitely being guided here to purge any feelings of unworthiness, feelings of not being good enough that you're still holding on to. If you feel this urge to cry or to scream or maybe make artwork that can really help, poetry, writing, any of these things can really help you to kind of dislodge some of these sensations within you so that you can free yourself from any kind of self-imposed limitations that may have resulted from this circumstance, the feelings of rejection that you could still be holding on to. There's an opportunity here as well in the future, perhaps, for some deep healing. If this person comes back in your direction, even in the sense of offering an apology, expressing that they were wrong, that they made the wrong choice, even if you do not take them back, you do not open up the door to a new relationship, that can definitely provide you with some kind of closure, some kind of healing. If this person doesn't make the choice, though, because everyone has free will, they can choose to stay in, this situation, this very kind of unstable, uncertain situation with this person, rather than taking a chance and following the call of their heart. So it's very important that, you know, you do what you need to do to create that resolution within yourself rather than waiting for an apology. You know, concentrate on forgiving yourself for any role you may have played in this circumstance, for, you know, maybe waiting for someone to choose you instead of declaring that you will not allow yourself to be an option. You know, just whatever it is, that any ways that you're blaming yourself or any ways that you don't feel good enough, it's very important, and you're being guided to work on that, building your self-esteem, building your confidence, purging these emotions, and really allowing, you know, time and the divine to provide you even with new opportunities, new experiences of love, or, you know, new abundance in your life that can really help to kind of act as a counterbalance to some of these denser and darker kind of feelings by bringing some more light and joy into your life. And that can really do wonders as far as healing you in surprising and subtle ways. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 3, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, perhaps even this karmic or third party, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates. All right, so we have G, D, T, W, K, H, I, Q, and V. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.